live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right into it, man. It's a crazy week, and there are always crazy stories, and it goes from ups and downs. And when people are up, some people try to take them down. Today, we're gonna talk about the queen of gymnastics, Simone Biles. She's been accused, or at least people have been saying she hasn't given no handouts to her penniless bird mom. For those who don't know, she is adopted by a couple. She's been adopted for, I mean, she doesn't know anything else. And I have to say, they probably raised her pretty good because she's a pretty stable person who can perform under high pressure and can accept when she cannot. RJ.
Yes, Simone Biles is a great athlete. Simone Biles is a top achiever, high achiever. But as you said, man, it's like people are like roach, like parasites, man. Like, well, they say crabs, like crabs in a barrel, because she's winning and you can't call her perfect, but she's damn near perfect. She has everything that all these other people want. She has a career. She's a professional. She has a relationship. They seem happy. People don't like it, KR. Before we proceed with this, guys, remember, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification icon. It's very important that you subscribe to our channel. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Don't forget to comment and check us out on our other socials as well. But Simone Biles, I don't understand all the flack she's getting. I don't understand all the hate she's getting.
She is a high achieving athlete. From what we see on TV, she's a great wife with a great husband. They form a great couple, a couple who is determined to make it together, even though people are preying on the downfall. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
now this article came out where I mean, I've been seeing these articles pop out the last past week, where they were trying to, I don't know why, but they're trying to interview, they were interviewing the bird mom who gave her for adoption. But before we go to that part, just remember, Simone Biles is synonymous to excellence. Symbol of strength, perseverance, has 7 gold medals, man. 7. And some people can't even get a gold coin. She has millions in the bank. I mean, we're talking about, I mean, if you perform like she does, you're gonna get endorsement. So she's living good, has a husband that also is a well-performing athlete who's doing his thing on the football field. But out of a sudden, these stories are coming out about her being estranged from her birth mom. I mean, you wouldn't guess it. She's been adopted. What happens? I mean, when one of the most celebrated gymnasts is confronted by stories about the woman who gave birth to her. Apparently, the mom has, well, she's living a modest life in Columbus, Ohio, far from the wealth and the fame her daughter enjoys. And it seems like people are trying to, maybe, I don't know what the end goal is. Should she give her a handout? At the end of the day, she's been adopted. She's been adopted by, first of all, she was placed in foster care before being adopted. And she was able to, through that process, become who she is today. The question, and this is a question, and I think you talked about this is the black tax You named it them before, and maybe you can dive deeper into this, RJ. But it seems like people are always trying for a handout instead of doing for self. Either they're trying to put a handout towards a political party, or if you make it in the family comes knocking at the door trying to get you to fund their dreams, because they're nothing but dreams, not no actionable plans a lot of times. No one, you haven't done anything in your life, and suddenly I have to fork 100,000 to help you make your dreams come true. Come on, man, what are we talking about, RJ?
Yeah. Um, you basically said a bit what I wanted to say, which is the black tax thing, right? It's this group think that's keeping people behind. We want diversity, right? We want diversity
I
and
don't really want
inclusion.
diversity.
Well, I'm saying people are
Just
saying we want I'm saying people say they want diversity, but they only want the diversity from other people. But in the group, we don't want diversity. We want um
monolith,
homon yeah, a monolith. How do you say
harmonious, yeah.
homogeneous group? That's what we want. Everyone needs to think the same, wear the same things, vote the same way. That's all we need to do. And people are different. Simone Biles has been adopted. It wasn't a choice she made at 3 years old. Her mom apparently had some substance abuse issues. That's that was her choices she made in her life. Now, I don't know if she got her act together, yes or no. Might be the case that she has her act together. But at the end of the day, we all carry the consequences of our actions and decisions. She grew up, Simone Biles did, grew up in a different family. That family gave her a good home, apparently. Made sure that made sure that she can become the woman that we know today. Right? And why does she need to give something back? Why does she need to give something back? If she wants to give something back, it's good. Why does she need to give something back? Don't people realize, KR, that that's the same thinking that leads to a lot of athletes going broke? A lot of people coming from the hood, they're high achievers, top achievers. And I understand loyalty. So don't get me wrong. I understand loyalty, right? But the thing is this, KR. You help me. I'm not gonna turn my back on you, but you can be demanding certain things from me. So I'm also trying to build something else. And I want to make you part of it. So I'm willing to let you be a part of what I built, but I can't. Not everyone. You have some athletes, for example, they have so much money that they might want to travel, go with your friends, but they continued making money. They could continue making the. Then it's good. We don't know what Simone Biles is gonna do. She just retired. She announced her retirement. So we don't know what she's going to do right now. Why does she have to give something back? And I'll go one step further. Because if she wants to, she wants to. If she doesn't, she doesn't. That's her prerogative. She's a grown lady. Why do you, as a mother, ask for something from her? Ask her what you can do for her. You understand what I'm saying? We know all the stories where deadbeat dads as well that come around when the son starts getting that NBA or that NFL money. And then suddenly, KR, they get a realization that they made the wrong choices all their lives. But only towards this kid, not the other 18 they have over there. Only towards the successful one. It's always towards the successful one. Let's take accountability. And they've been bashing her. They want to look for something to
Drinking the
bash her
army.
with. They want to do it. I don't understand this way of thinking. It's parasitic. It was first. It was the husband.
Yeah.
Then it was the fact that she and the other colleague, I think the one that they stripped the bronze medal from, they as a form of respect bow towards, I forgot her name, the Brazilian lady who won
Yeah.
the gold medal. That, I mean, people are just looking. They're just triggered, like the all these effing keyboard activists, man. Leave her be. You want to bash her. You want her to be as miserable as you are.
Jesus.
That's the only reason why you're doing it.
Might have a point there. So in
Come
recent
on, man. Because every time that she steps in front of the camera and she seems perfect and she does everything, she's not perfect. She has her flaws, and the
What?
relationship isn't imperfect because no relationship is. But you want your life so miserable? Are things going so bad that the only way for you to feel better about yourself is to try to bring other people down to your level? Why don't you put effort and work and try to get there? Why don't you try and get in an extra shift? Save your money instead of spending it. Work harder. It's parasitic, man. And if you don't think the way if people don't think the way you think, then they're sellouts, they're whatever. Then you keep buying in where you are, but don't expect people to buy a stock. It's worth nothing.
I can give you an answer why they rather pull you down to climbing up to your level. Well, it's easier to pull you down. They are losers.
Yeah.
That's what losers do. So
Yeah.
it's not really that hard to figure out. They are just losers, and they try to pull you down because they know they don't have the self belief. They don't believe enough in themselves to work towards something, to build a structure to work towards it. I mean, it takes time to build anything, but people want the things instantaneously. The short-term gratification, that's called short-term
Yeah.
gratification. That's what they are looking for. So, but to go back to the story, right? In recent interviews, Shannon, who's the mom, the bird mom, has expressed desire to reconcile with Simone, but the two remain distant. We'll explore. I mean, this is the mom is works now as a cashier. She lives with the weight of the past mistakes. I mean, you said already addiction, struggling with addiction. She's been trying to rebuild her life, but still remains estranged from Simone. Is there a reason? I think maybe this is the reason why Simone also tries to stay away, because she could have a bad influence on her, because she could, so to say, could drag her to through her problems. I mean, they always say once an addict, always an addict. That's You're always a recovering addict. You're trying to get your stuff together, but you still can get back in your previous habits. So is that the main reason probably why she's staying away? I mean, she's been trying to reconcile with her, but I think maybe Simone and her team is trying to keep her at arm's length, as far as possible. RJ.
Yeah. I think that might be the case, but you need to imagine this as well, KR. It wasn't easy for her probably to deal with the abandonment either. So
Yeah.
it's just like if you make a decision, if you decide that you're gonna cheat, and that choice you made cost the other person harm. The other person is heartbroken. Now you feel bad about yourself. and you want to make things better. Commended, to be commended, right? So that's to be commended. However, if the person doesn't want to talk to you, you need to respect that person's decision.
Yeah.
And if you can't respect that person's decision, then hey, it's not about you. Then you still don't get it. You still don't get it. Because if you did, you would accept the situation the way it is, and just you would need to wait and hope. Of course, you can reach out and just send messages, say, hope all is well, etc. Still want to be correct. But you just need to respect that person because she didn't ask to be brought in this world. And of course, this weight is it's a heavy weight for you to carry. Most likely, I'm not denying that. But hey, at the end of the day, it's not about you anymore. The damage is already done. That's the way I look at it, at least.
Well, guys, we want to hear from you as well. Do you think Simone should reconnect with her birth mother? Should she support her birth mother financially? Because she has, according to the article, 25 million. Should she just stay away from her or make a choice and see where it goes? Talk to her some from time to time, but not rekindling that relationship. Well, whatever relationship there was, let's put it that way. Guys, let us know. Leave your comments and thoughts in. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. RJ.
Yes, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the next segment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We always have the Reddit story as the second segment in the show. RJ has always an interesting story for us to dive in and dissect, and maybe we can learn a thing or two about mistakes people make. I think on Monday we talked about a guy who saw his co-worker's wife cheating with his homeboy, or well, the person who he shares the apartment with. Could be a homeboy or not, whether you like it or not. Well, anyway, that was an interesting story. I couldn't answer it. Maybe we have a better story I can answer, or a question I can answer. RJ, what do you have for us today? No pressure. I hope it's a good one.
Yes, yes. I hope it's a good one too. Thanks for all the no pressures. Um,
I'm like Logic. I drop an album called No Pressure. Bang! It's up to you to feel the pressure or not.
all right. Well, let's start with the. Let me show the banner first, because you said it correctly. We talked about a interesting story in the last Monday show, but this
Mhm.
story is
It's a bit different, probably, I
a
guess.
bit different. It's a bit more. Maybe you'll have an answer to this particular story. Husband gets young employee pregnant.
I'll switch it up today.
I'm gonna give you time to get
Get my stuff together, man.
your gear together.
I'll switch
And
it up.
guys, remember to subscribe. All right.
I'm
So
ready.
all right. So I'm gonna tell the story. So I'm gonna quote the story. My husband has always been narcissistic and treated people like they're worthless. He was acting better with me and never made me feel like I am not enough. But he was always pretty cold with me. We're both 38 and he runs a couple of successful businesses. Not to say that he's also active in charity. It's because of his God complex, not genuine care for the unfortunate ones. It's because of his God complex, not genuine care for the unfortunate ones. So Okay, so he's contributes to charities not because of his good character, but his God complex. He employed a younger woman who's 25. She's stunning, and I was jealous to be honest. But he said he needed a very beautiful girl to attract donors and convince people to donate.
What
Soon the
kind of
jealousy,
bonus are we talking about?
maybe he's running a clinic. Soon the jealousy stopped from my side, and more I pitied the girl because she was never good enough for what he wanted her. In my opinion, she did her job well, but he even cut her money with 20% when she was late. And he spoke badly of her to me, saying she deserves to be this poor because she is stupid and has zero life skills. He treats all his people this way, not just her. So I doubt he was trying to hide an affair. All of his employees, or most of them, male or female, don't stay for more than 6 months because he's basically a jerk who thinks of himself as being a god. Yet, everyone seems to love him in the beginning because he's charming and he's confident. And I understand why people, especially women, think he is great in the beginning. But he got this woman pregnant. I will divorce, of course. I'm not here because I don't know what to do regarding this. I will leave, but I just need to talk to someone to understand what happened. I feel guilty and I feel angry. Guilty because when this girl wanted to leave too, knowing her situation, I convinced her to stay until she finds something better.
Threw her under the bus.
I can't say I was a mother figure to her, not at all, but I felt sorry for her. Everyone told me to stay away and not contact her, but I did. And she told me she thinks she developed feelings for him, but she will stay away from our marriage. She promised me this and begged me to forgive her. I wanted to reply, but she blocked me. I confronted him about this. He's calm as usual. He seems nothing touched him. It seems nothing touched him. He even said he is sure the kid is not his because she's sleeping around like the little slut she is, and herself doesn't know, and she herself doesn't know who the father is. But it's not him. I hate him. I hate myself. I hate my life. Why don't have why don't we no, we don't have any kids together because he said he dislikes children, but I wanted them so bad. And now he will have his, and I'm almost 40 and I hate this. KR, what
Quagmire. What a train wreck. It's so many stories simultaneously. You're dealing with a guy who has a god complex. Maybe he's a narcissist. She doesn't use the word, so I like her for that because that's a popular word people use randomly these days. Well, most of the time, the people who are using that word are the narcissists. But okay, that's
hey yo exactly. But yeah,
yeah.
continue.
But that's another thing. I like that she didn't use the word, but I think we're dealing here with a narcissist. I'll use the word for her. I'm not a clinical. I'm trained to diagnose, but it seems like it. The guy has a god complex. So you have that story. You have the story where he's a total asshole. So she's been with him all the time. Maybe she was running the clock out. So, certain women run the clock out, and when it's the right time, they leave, and they usually leave with a bag as well. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. It's the game. That's what it's called. You're dealing with someone who cheated. That's another story. And you're dealing with her relationship with the girl he cheated on, or he cheated with. Let's put it that way. And what is your question again?
Well, she's asking what to do. She says she just wanted to talk
First,
to
you have
someone.
to read it
That's
first.
what she said as well. That's what she said as well. She said she understands that she needs to divorce, but she just feels like she needs to talk to somebody. And Reddit is where she went to. Also tells you something about herself, right? Because you would think you should. I mean, doesn't she have any friends? I think in situations like this, KR, you oftentimes have abusers. And what abusers do, they talk ish about everyone around you. And so slowly but surely, you distance yourself from your family. You distance yourself from your friends. You distance yourself from your coworkers. This woman might, I don't know if she's working or not, because she has like more posts. I didn't bother reading all of them, but
Yeah.
she's probably been secluded. She's just basically captured. And if you're captured, and the only person there is is the husband, which she, knowing her character, and she stayed, the only way that she could stay was if she dimmed her light. So she had to be careful. She had to walk
Eggshells.
on an eggshells. I was
Not
about
a
to say
glass.
glass.
Not a glass. You're trying to kill her. Oh
I
my
was about
god.
to say glass. No, well, if there was glass, I'm afraid then she wouldn't have made it so far to write this article. But
No, no.
I can imagine that a woman like this feeling as well, that you sacrificed something that you really wanted, which was a kid, and now you can't have one. It's very emotional for her. But yeah, it's
Choice
tough.
you make in life, though. It to be honest, I think it's a shame that this happened, but people make choices in life and then they regret them. You gotta think about this shows you that you have to think about the choices. First of all, the choice, who is your partner, who you're willing to partner with. If you're willing to sacrifice and do it this way with this particular person, you chose for a reason. The reason why is because he had the money, he had this fame, he had this, he could offer you that type of lifestyle. But what he then couldn't offer you is a kid. He didn't
Yeah,
want to. You make a choice and you have to live with the choice. So you cannot blame him for that. Even though I don't agree with what happened, you cannot blame someone else for your choice because you made the choice not to, even though he didn't want a kid.
yeah,
Now you're here without a kid and he has a kid. He made a choice.
yeah,
He does want a kid. Or I don't think it was a choice to make a kid or not. He just made a choice. I'm gonna leave the baby arm in tonight.
yeah. Well,
It's
I
too
think.
good to pull
Well,
out.
are you referring to the employee now?
No,
Well,
it's
let me
the
put it like this. If I understand the way she's feeling, right? She's feeling like she's been used. I totally understand. And that's basically what happened. But
who's being used.
someone told me once, you don't get used. You let people misuse you. Of
Yeah.
course, this is not this doesn't count for grape situations. That's an entirely different. That's an
That's
entirely different. Hey,
everyone
KR,
with
we
peanut brain knows that you're not talking about graping. So
but the problem is that the peanut brains sometimes are the loudest. So I saw a quote last time. They say it says empty cans sound the loudest, and someone commented empty minds as well.
empty skulls.
But to
Clink,
get
clink,
back to get
clink.
so to get back to what I'm saying, you let it happen. You need to deal with it because you let it happen, and you would need to forgive yourself. And it's gonna take a long while, probably. But look on the bright side. At least you're not the one with a kid. Because if that's his kid, that lady who's already younger, right? So she's already less developed than him, less wise than him as it relates to the streetwise, right? She would need to deal with him for the rest of her life as the father of the kid.
Yeah.
So better you than her. So I understand how it feels like. It feels like she's gonna get what you wanted. Well, I would say look on the bright side, be happy that you are not getting what she's probably about to get. And I don't want to put anything on anyone's
It's
life,
better
but
money.
well, to what
Hey, some
I know
people are
rich men, I know rich men who will bleed the mother of their
willing.
child out financially so they get the kid. yo, you
Time.
don't know what's about to happen. Because if everyone is ish for that dude, then
Yeah, it could be. Time will tell, man. People are weird out here, so yeah. It's a she. It's not really a question, so it's more like what should she do? Just leave and hope for the
yeah,
best, and hope you get it back while you're leaving,
yes.
and
Gonna be
restart
the
your life. And maybe next time there is no next time because there are no second reruns, but. Maybe it shows you that you should have him pay for yeah, you have to make a you have to have a clear choice when it comes to your partner, man.
yeah.
It's a very important part of your life.
Yeah, I'll just mention that like the three comments that stand out the most, and then guys, afterwards we want to hear from you as well what you think. But overrated new 0423 says, regardless of the affair, why have you stayed with this guy? I respect my husband more than anyone else in this world. I trust him, admire his honesty with his flaws, love the way he treats me, and just think he's so caring and loyal. I don't see why anyone would want a partner they don't feel that way about.
I can.
Why did you stay once you saw this his true colors? I'm so curious. What can you learn so that you can, apologies, so you don't do this to yourself again? That's one independent way 7846 says, yeah, that's definitely something I'm stumped at. Though I understand why one would stay in general for the sake of staying. I don't see how it's possible to tolerate such disrespect towards others, even if I'm being treated well. It's very selective for no reason other than the fact that, quote, choose chose you as one of his person, end quote. Such a narcissistic, gross way to regard people. And he probably talked crap about the young employee so much to distract you from the fact that he's so attracted to her. Manipulative. Even when the truth came out, it escalated to compensate. I would have seen through him. Of course, she would have. He's got,
it's
yeah,
always
yeah,
it's
of
always
course.
the
He got into, he got
armchair
into,
quarterback.
he's gotten to you some, and it's apparent by how much it doesn't make sense to you. Finally, no anxiety 6159 said, no anxiety is probably not a Gen Zer. It's easy for someone not in a situation to see through a manipulative narcissist. Being on the other side is hard. You want to give someone the benefit of doubt. You always think he'll be better. She doesn't mention kids, but that's actually the other reason to think it'll be better. So yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions. You heard what KR said. You heard what I said. Let us know if you agree. If you have another way of seeing the situation, remember to do so in a respectful manner. And if you don't, it's also good for the algorithm. With that being said, KR. Before we proceed, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for more updates on different role stories we discuss on trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situation. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the next segment.
Yes, sir. Let's continue with the next segment, man. The
I was waiting
second
for some
topic.
sound effect.
Nah, no, 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 no.
All right.
The story you just shared is enough of a crazy story to don't need a sound effect. I hope she lands on her feet.
All right, cool.
Well, let's go to the second story of the day, which is Michael Rubin, the billionaire behind Fanatics and a fixture in hip hop culture. I mean, he's been involved with a lot of rappers, a lot of celebrities in the hip hop scene or in the urban scene. Actually, he's known for uh, 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 I mean, being the one who's running the newest big party. Let's call it this way. The white party, which every year around when was it? Somewhere in March, I think. Everyone gets invited to all the celebrities. I mean, everyone is there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
All white party.
all white party, yes, and people. I mean, people love it. But he's a billionaire, so he can throw those parties and not being hurt financially. But he was early last week at the Club, and where he was, well, he had some controversial remarks relating to the culture. And we're not gonna play the video. Just going to play the audio because, as we know, Breakfast Clubs throws out copyrights like Drake throws out candy to certain people. Fair use. Oh, I almost shared it. Oh man, can you hear this?
Thing I don't like about that is it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. It bothers me that it actually, when I see the narrative of a really good friend of mine like Meek, and people trying to correct again, if he was gay, which there's not one gay bone in his body, who cares? Number one, let's say people want to be gay. It is 2024. Who the fuck cares? Okay. Number two, there's not a gay bone in his body. So, like, why do people want to lie about that? Why do people want to change the narrative of bet he made with me to try to hurt him? Like, that is the one thing I've learned about, look, I'm just being blunt because it's me. So, one thing I've learned about black culture that I don't like is that black hate on hate.
Speak on that more. I heard you say that earlier, and I wanted you to expound on that. You said you don't like to see black people tearing down other black people.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like, like it's horrible. Like, what? Like, I want to support every. Look, you guys know me pretty well. Anything I can ever help with, I'm always there. I always want to be helpful. I feel lucky and fortunate to do what I do every day. To be as, whatever success I've had, I feel blessed to do that, and I want to give back in every way I can. In business and in charitable things, I'm always trying to be helpful. The thing I don't like about that is it doesn't bother me for me. Why does someone want to bring somebody else down? Let's try to build everybody up. Like, I'd be more excited if I'd be more excited to see one of my friends do something that's 99% less meaningful to me, but it would be really meaningful to them because I want them to do great. I want everyone around me to do great. I don't like watching, there's a little bit, and you tell me, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. I think there's a little bit of a black culture of like, it's black hate on hate. It's like that black judge that Meek had that hated on him and wanted to go extra hard on him. Okay. It's like, it's what people always say to me. It's like black hate on hate. So I think it's terrible. I think it's something that I think it's culturally wrong. And I'll probably get killed for saying this because,
I'm glad you're saying it openly. If this is the conversations that are being
I have
had
it all the time with
amongst, I want to hear this.
Yeah. So I think it's wrong. I think, like, why do you not want to build everyone up around you? Why do you not want everyone around you to do great? The best way for everyone to do great is to push each other up. Like, why does someone want to bring somebody else?
Can you imagine the guy said
Nothing
it?
wrong.
The guy said this and he got backlash over this.
I can.
This is what's wrong with people, bro.
I can.
But by the way, before we dive a bit deeper, right? He said what he said. After what he said, he got a call. I'm gonna share that. This I can share because he shared it on
X.
on X. Yes, he shared it on X. He said the following. I got a phone call from one of the people I have the most respect for in the world. They told me while they appreciate my intentions, it's not my place to speak on black culture. I get it and really appreciate the input. My intention was to say how important it is that we need to uplift each other, stop hate on each other, and push each other to win and always root for each other's success. My bad, much love, and appreciate the feedback. Heart emoji, heart emoji. It's clear to me that his feedback came from a pure place, wanting to help his friend. You see, I mean, he's been talking to Meek about this. Even though Meek is not the brightest, just gotta say this. I have to say this. Meek does weird things on Twitter. He has to stop it. But he's trying to help his friend Meek. He's expressing what he also sees because I mean these are things he's talked about with other people as well. It's not a one-time thing. He's probably talked it to multiple rappers because this is something we see quite often in let's say the culture. And he expresses this openly and it's a good thing and it sparks conversation. This is for someone who's trying to help people. I mean, he said it himself. He likes to help people in that interview. um, he um, he's a stand-up guy. But yeah, I mean, people. I mean, there was some backlash. I don't know what he said that was wrong.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you
I,
what, KR.
I can tell
You
you
know,
why
you
it
know,
was wrong, but
you know the parents that are bad parents.
Mhm.
The parents that are bad parents, KR. And when someone says, "Hey, you know what? Just give an advice. Hey, what you're doing is not working. You see, the kid is getting more angry, rebellious. Maybe you should do one thing." What do these dumb fools say? Mind your business. And so you keep doing dumb things.
Yeah.
And so is it really like that? So is it really? So let's get back. I talked about it in a previous segment. Why is it that we want inclusion from outside? We want everyone else to include us. We want everyone else to listen to us, to respect us, to hear us, but we're not willing to hear them.
Or respect ourselves.
I'm just saying that's a whole nother issue. That's a whole nother issue. But what's wrong? Who cares what ethnicity someone is? We're all human beings. Well, there's some lizards walking around, but that's for another platform.
Oh, yes.
I had to say it.
let me
Yeah.
let me press this one real quick. Let me press this one real quick.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah. But but we've seen some
Look at
flinches,
my
KR.
African American over here. Look at him. Are you the greatest? You
We've
know
seen
what I'm
some
talking about?
we've
Okay.
seen some glitches in the matrix. But
Yeah.
but nah, all jokes aside. So who cares? We're all human race. If we want, why can't we just listen to other people? He
Learn
didn't
from other people.
he didn't say anything degrading. He didn't say anything insulting. He only said, "Hey, I genuinely care for you, so I want you to do better." And you're gonna look at his ethnicity and say, "You're not allowed to say anything. Keep us the way we are." We don't accept other thoughts. We don't accept that other people will think a different way, accept that other people might vote a different way, accept that other people might go to a school, a school that we wouldn't, accept that other people might make different life choices, accept that other people listen to different kind of music. Oh, we don't listen to country music because country is white music. Until Beyonce does the country music, and now we have the green light to listen to country. Wow,
It's
that's
crazy. It's crazy.
ignorant, man. It's so
Crazy.
ignorant.
Crazy. I don't understand that
So
part. I
I
never
so I,
understood.
so I commend him for apologizing. He did it in a very classy way.
Yeah.
He did it. He didn't have to. He did it in a classy way, and but in my opinion, he didn't have anything to apologize for.
Yeah.
We need to grow thick skin. You don't even have to have thick
But it,
skin to just listen to someone say something good.
but it
Something.
he actually needed thick skin for what he said. He didn't
That's
say
what I wanted to
anything.
say.
That's a
Yeah, but
crazy part.
we're so ready to get triggered for
Yeah.
anything, and I have to give credit to the Breakfast Club. Because they did react to the backlash that he got. I don't know if you saw it
I
or if you
never
want to
did.
talk about it.
I
Okay,
never
cool.
did.
You don't have it, so I'll just say something real quick about it. But what Charlemagne and Envy said, and of course we don't see eye to eye with the Breakfast Club on everything,
Yeah.
especially in anyway. But
Yeah.
what I will say
Continue.
is this. What I will say is this: give credit where credit is due, and that's what
Yeah.
we should do as well. If you don't agree with someone in an instance, you can say it. It doesn't mean it's personal. You just say it. But when that same person does something good, it's okay to say it as well. Charlemagne and Envy said he just said what we all know to be true.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just said what we all know to be true. What's wrong with that? If he had said, "Oh, I like it when black people fight each other," then I understand. Oh, black people aren't as smart. If he had said that, I fully understand. He said, "I love." He talked from his heart. It came from a place of love. And you're so ignorant to say you're not allowed to talk about black issues. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's a very interesting situation, right? Because here you have a guy who, in general, he's a solid person. I've never heard bad things said about him. Um, but he's trying to give feedback, and he gets a backlash. Where you have someone else like Leo Cohen, when he went to the Best Breakfast Club, and they asked him, also, why do you give these people, and they're talking about a troubled youth, a contract, a music contract, knowing that they are spewing craziness. He said he has to feed his family.
Yeah.
So he got a backlash for that. So when you're trying to get positive feedback, you got a backlash, and if you talk crazy, well, by the way, I'm not saying that's the literal. I'm paraphrasing, and loosely as well. But when Leo said the crazy stuff, he got backlash. When Michael says something, he gets backlash as well. Well, I guess you got to ask yourself sometimes why certain people never develop and stay stuck in whatever situation they are. This is the reason.
Groupthink. I'll say one thing else, KR, that's important to mention, I believe, and that's this: the Breakfast Club is one of the most popular. I don't know if it's perhaps the most, but it is one of the most popular platforms where people. So platforms of the culture. So if you're going to, yeah, well, when people say the culture, that's what they're talking about. They're not talking KR. That's a different conversation, because when people say the culture, they're not talking about guys in suits. So black people in suits going to Harvard, getting good grades, they don't care about that. The culture is, we know what it is when we talk about the culture. Now, okay. What's great is that they have different kinds of people there.
Yeah, that's a
But
good.
if you're gonna talk about, you're not gonna come to the black breakfast club to talk about,
What?
you're not the
Black
black
first.
first the black
The
first
black
club.
first.
You're not gonna go to the breakfast club to talk about anything that doesn't have something to do with the culture. So when you're interviewing Michael Rubin, you're inviting him to your platform. He's there to talk about something that has to do with the culture. But now everyone that's not black that comes there, and even those who are black but are not
Those were
accepted,
black. Look at Larry. They fired on Larry.
yeah, even them, when they get there, they now need to watch what they say.
Yeah.
So you're telling me it's just like, oh, me, like a group of women asking me to give my thoughts on abortion. I'm not gonna speak ish because because they'll ask my thoughts, and then imagine I get invited. Imagine, Kira, I get invited to a panel to talk about abortion.
Abortion.
I
Really?
sit there at the panel, and when I start talking, they'll let me talk because I'm there. So I assume that if I get invited, that's because they want to hear my opinion. And at the end of the segment, they tell me, "Sorry, we don't want to hear your opinion. You're not a woman." My first reaction would be, "How would you know? Are you judging me based on my?" No, because you said it on your site. Oh, okay, yeah, my bad. So at least I know I have some readers. But my point is, you can't expect someone to go to the Breakfast Club and not talk about black issues,
Yeah.
or don't invite him. And perhaps some people might not go for that reason, because I want to go at a platform where I can just talk and have a good time. and be able to exchange my thought and of course have a discussion, but to then say, okay, great points, but you had no right to say it. Come on, man.
I would have asked another question, but I don't think I should ask that question right here. Uh,
Is you done?
well, no. I would ask on that panel. I would have asked them. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. Anyway, hey man. It is what it is. I want to go that route, but I can't. The guy tries to help people and they just neglect his advice. I guess certain people will, but RJ, and to be honest, then we're gonna go to the short thoughts. Isn't this the culture that was created by the same Breakfast Club?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's actually a very good point.
Because we're dealing here with some people that are always pointing out the certain things, and you're not, even though they invite people, they clearly lean towards a certain way of thinking, and that's
Which is okay.
which is okay. But I mean, you're not championing diversity of thought, because I mean, you ask crazy questions to certain people. You invite people basically to have them crash out on your show for the views. Hey, that's what it is. You have to get the views up, but maybe this is a result of what you have cultivated throughout the years.
Yeah.
The type of viewers that you attract.
Well, I don't say, I don't know if there's like a direct correlation, but the Breakfast Club, I mean, I never thought about it like that, but the Breakfast Club have been culpable of making similar remarks during interviews or similar like connections, that if someone comes and doesn't say that, let's say if someone doesn't agree with certain things, for example, someone says, hey, but black people are succeeding, and but they're succeeding in a different way, and maybe more subsidy isn't the answer, but maybe just better leadership, and if they don't want to hear it, they will start calling you everything. Like there's the what's the thing that people call the structure thing, the white, oh yeah, that's the, yeah, we don't use the word, but yeah, so that's the supreme, the blanc supreme, the blanc supreme. There's always something, there's always another, there's always, yeah, it's just like the war on terror. Why did the war on terror, why was the war on terror unsuccessful? Because the terror doesn't have a face. Who is terror? How do you know whether or not you defeated terror if terror doesn't have a face? You can't hold terror. So if you say it's the white, is the blank supreme, great. But what is it? Is it tangible? No, you don't see it. You only see the then they become spiritual, KaiR. You don't see it, you see the results. It's like Taoism.
Hey man, it is what it is. Guys, let us know in the comments. Weigh in on this situation. Do you think Michael is wrong for his comments? Do you believe he needed to apologize for the situation? I'm curious who sent him that text, because it also shows you a bit about that person.
Yeah. It's clearly someone he respected a lot. So we know
Yeah.
it's not Meek.
Oh man. Yeah. We were like this close to having a positive part. You had to jam that one right in. Hey man. Guys, let us know what you think about this situation. Shoot non-black allies, like let's say black allies. I hate that word, but okay. Like Rubin, speak on issues within the black community, or should only blacks talk about blacks in the community? But if
Yeah.
blacks do not agree with the community, are they also allowed to? Anyway, it
Yeah.
becomes a bit complicated. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. RJ.
Yes, and yeah. We all know, yeah. Nigeria is the one to be called African Americans. I'll just say that. So it's like, where is the line? So what type of black are you? You know, it's just like in the movie Civil War. What type of American are you? At the end of the day, come on, man. We're just one race, the human race, except for the frogs.
Most
But
people don't know, but race is a made up tier. It's a concept, made up concept. But continue.
it is, it is. Yeah. So guys, of course, we want to know your thoughts and opinions. Comment, keep it healthy. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember, guys, this is the Double Thought Show. So, if you don't recall, this is where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. We really appreciate your attention. And with that being said, let's move to the short thought segment. KR.
Yes, we always have with every show. We have the short thought, either as a separate show or a closing segment. And on Thursday, we always have it as a closing segment. Guys, in the short thoughts, we basically discuss commonplace situations and trending topics and try to give our response in a short manner. So basically, as short as possible, at least much shorter than the other topics we discussed during the show. So we have two topics for today, only two. Let's start first of all with U.S. Army has buyer's remorse and tries to get refund. And from who, you ask yourself? Well, they had a partnership, a promotional deal with The Rock and the UFL.
I can only do it with one. I can only do it with one art by Brown, I think. Wait, I used to do it, be able to do. Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta press it first. That's not how it should work, man. That's not how it should work. hey, wait a second. Cameraman, wait a second. Let me pull it out. Now I'm more. No. Here.
Yeah, I'll train it. I'll train it, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna train it at home. Not gonna bother you.
Let us know in the comments what you think about his eyebrow control. Anyway, the Army says they made an $11 million promotional deal with The Rock and the UFL and didn't get a lead. Didn't lead to a single recruit. Actually, it ended in 38 people delisting. Yo, this is crazy.
Wow.
The Army wants a refund. They want a refund. Is this real, or are they trying to troll and get the eyes on? I mean, the military has had a problem with recruiting lately. There is a, I think there
You're
is
raising you're raising pussies, KR. The society is the society is raising. Come on, man. Come on, man. You have what?
I'm trying to.
Come on, man. Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to lead the topic.
Finish. Okay, sorry. Okay.
You scream, people are raising pussies. Okay, let's go that route.
No. Continue.
No, we already chose the route. We gotta go down that route. So basically, you're dealing with I mean, they're missing 20,000 recruits. No one wants to enlist anymore. And one thing people haven't been talking about is, I mean, people have been whispering about it, maybe to reintroduce a situation where everyone has to go in the army, whether you're man or woman.
I bet you a lot of people. I bet you a lot of people. Oh, that's a good thing, but they need to put the other genders there as well, because whatever is not allowed to go, that's what everyone will become. Let me put it like this, man.
The rainbow is gonna go into the army.
KR, can you imagine walking in a jungle with a rainbow? They're gonna shoot you. I mean, from afar.
Oh,
Let me, but all that aside,
oh,
all
man.
jokes aside. No. All jokes aside, KR, you're raising
By the
weak.
way, before you continue, what RJ is trying to point out is there is no camouflage. So you guys, so you don't guys. He's not trying to. I got to explain to everyone because they might cut that out. Well, they're gonna cut it out when it's time.
They
But
there
it's
are
not
so
much thing.
there are LGBTQ etc. soldiers. That's not the point. The point is you
Yeah,
can't.
that's not the point.
But the people will say, oh, but why wear this color? It's not inclusive. But anyway,
Yeah.
my point is there. Mandatory enlistment. Enlistment. Yeah, I think you would need to do it because you're
They have no
raising
choice.
weak people. You're raising weak people. People who they can't. So if another race has something, the Michael Rubin story, if another people from if a person from another race says something positive, no, they're not allowed to speak on the issue. We're trigger happy. Everyone is keyboard activist, so they will sit behind their desk, unsuccessful SF, um, miserable, and start trying to break down people like Simone Biles who works hard and has a good life just because they hate that person. So we have a bunch of persons who are cowards. They don't take responsibility and ownership over their lives. They are happy and easily triggered. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, KR? Can you imagine a platoon with people who are easily triggered? They'll start shooting themselves before they get there. I mean, come on, man. KR, come on, man. I'm serious, man. They'll
My
start. They'll
my
start
imagination
shooting.
is quite vivid. Already see
They'll
it in front.
they'll start. They'll start shooting themselves because a misgenerification. Can you imagine that, KR?
I don't know what because this is the second.
Can you imagine the person at the head at the top, the leader saying, "Oh, you need to go there," and the soldier turning around and saying, "Stop mansplaining to me." We have weak people, and but you'll see when I say we, I mean a lot of countries in the West. Just to be clear, when I say we, I said a lot of countries in the West. It's not just US, it's all of the countries in the West. The problems we are experiencing in the West, they don't have those problems in the East. China doesn't have that problem. North Korea doesn't have that problem. Thailand has that problem.
You should have used that as
Yo,
they don't have a choice, dude. They don't have a choice.
I know, but I'm saying they don't have the problem. Thailand has the problem. They do. But that's a different thing. But these countries don't have those problems. Russia doesn't have these kinds of problems because they are focused on what really matters, which is let me put it in context. What really matters as it relates to so not necessarily to the individual, but as a country, they're focused on what matters, and that is that despite the fact that we might have peace in the West, quote unquote. Around the world, at all points in time, there are armed conflicts taking place. And throughout the history, we have more history of armed conflicts than we have of no armed conflicts. So you know that there's a threat. You need to have an army, but now you want to defund the police and probably want to defund the army too.
No,
And so, am I surprised that none of the people who follow The Rock
NFL, XFL.
What do you mean XFL?
The deal was actually with XFL and The Rock, so more like XFL deal.
Well, they didn't put the XFL logo there. They put the Rock logo there. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. But even if it's the XFL, I mean, you need to have you cultivate. You need to, and I don't need, and I'm saying just to be clear, we need to have. So the West needs to have aggressive people. I'm saying you need to have people who are first and foremost proud
Proud
to
to
be
be a.
from the country they're from, and in this case, proud to
Start,
be an American.
it
The
starts
world
there.
outside, so the US has a lot of problems just like everywhere else, but there are places where it's worse. And if you ask some people will think that the US is the worst. If you don't create, so the nationalism, it's, you need to have it in your heart. It starts there. That's why people go and fight for that. So if you don't have that in your heart, wherever, it doesn't matter where you are, in which country you live, if you don't feel like, if you if I don't love it or value it, I won't fight for it. So I think the problem isn't the Rock or the XFL. The problem is the information and the news that's been spreading, the propaganda that's been spreading. That's the problem.
Question
And
is it
it's
too far
very
gone?
concerning. What?
Is it too far gone? The question is it too far gone? Because this is not the only failed campaign, right? They already did a campaign that was the National Guard did an 88 million campaign with a NASCAR sponsorship deal, and it had also failed when it comes to recruitment. So this is not a one-time thing. It's definitely, I do think, what you usually see when nationalism is going down. There's only one thing that usually triggers that, and that is this particular, let's say a particular mind virus
Yeah.
who that triggers that.
Yeah.
I mean, the question is it too far gone? Time will tell. But yeah, they're trying to recoup 6 million. This is crazy. Yeah, hey, you can't spend. They're trying to calculate. They're trying to calculate out of that 11 million. First of all, who the heck is doing the marketing for U.S. Army? Guys, give me a call because I have a plan for you in place right now. It's not through double talk. I don't know why they don't do the recruiting through the most viewed channels.
Yeah.
Guess what? Streamers, get them on the. I mean, you gotta be smart. No kids don't watch XFL. Who the heck watches XFL? To be honest, I watch XFL,
We did.
but yes, and I still do. But the thing is this, right? Your recruits are between, you want to recruit 17 people who are
18.
around
Yeah.
that 16, 17. You want to start working with them mentally around that age, 16, 17, and you recruit them at 18. So they already have to have that mindset. I don't see a bunch of young kids watching XFL. It's mainly people who are 30, 25 and up. So it's not, that's not your target group. It's like the old way of thinking about marketing. This is a bigger problem actually. It's not only the problem of recruitment, but it's a marketing problem. Who the heck is running that marketing department there at the US Army, man?
Listen, I have
Fired.
yeah. We all know how that person probably got selected as well. It's an acronym.
Well,
But I'll say this. But I'll say this. I'll say this as well. You know, a lot of countries are looking carefully at the US and the developments
mhm.
going on right now. Because in the West, the reason why we have stability, whether we would like to admit it or not, well, and what happened in all these Latin American countries, how elections were sponsored. But at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, the peace we have experienced for this long of a time was due to the stability of the United States of America in the international political sphere. And it's scary to see how internally people are fighting for the dumbest things. There is a division, and we know that if the US should fall, which I hope, KR, it seems impossible because, of course, we've known is peace. during this time. Our generation, our parents' generation as well. Maybe grandparents experienced something, but of the Second World War. But we've experienced this for so long. So sometimes it's you have something, you didn't fight for it, so you don't value it, you know? But if the US falls, the West will become chaos. So it's very scary to hear a story like this.
Recruitment at zero. Imagine spending 11 million and you get zero recruits, man. That's
Ni hao,
that's
ma.
Is the another question is America going? But they've been mocking Russia for giving people basically out of jail cards if they go at the front line. Is that maybe the future for America as well? Sometimes the future is right in front of you. You don't see it. You mock them now, but in a couple of years, you'll be doing the same.
You know what it is? In the past, it used to be the immigrants as well, right? So immigrants would come and they would let them fight,
So you stay,
and they would fight, and what would they get when after they fight? They would get like a permit, citizenship, etc. But now but now they don't need to. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
They're living better than Americans in states like the US, getting sponsored to buy businesses. I saw a video yesterday of this lady in, I believe it's New York or one of the big cities, that was crying because she worked hard to buy his car. He had a food truck, to buy her food truck cash.
Yeah.
And this immigrant person came and said, "That's no problem. I'm gonna get paid. I'm gonna get paid, so I'm gonna get sponsored to buy this truck, so I can continue operating it. And you've been working blood, sweat, and tears in your business all this time. So not even they will fight for you because you've already spoiled them."
Yeah, it's
They came battle ready. There wasn't a mountain high enough. There wasn't a valley low enough. There wasn't a river wide enough to keep them from America. They were battle ready, and now you're giving them, you're spoiling them. It's crazy. Oh man.
I will let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook.
But I'm serious, man.
Yeah, you're I know.
So I'm very passionate about this because we keep joking and making excuses.
We just keep moving the train is heading our way, and we are stuck in the tunnel. We can see it coming, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. That's well, that's a short thought. Might as well been a regular topic. Hey, let's finish out today's segment with weddings gone wrong. Let's start first of all with this wedding. Fair use. Tell me, RJ, what do you think about his delivery?
We built this, boo. For real, me and you. I wish I did it back then, but you know, I just wanted you back. I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen you. I ain't gonna hold you. You walked on the boat 2009. I saw you, little dark skin thing. And I'm like, yo, who was that? You know? But you know what? I usually crack a Tracy smile and they come running. You? It took time.
As it should.
It took real time. We built this, boo.
People said the way you said it was a bit disrespectful.
I would have. I think, you know what I think happened, KR? I think they said, do you have your vows ready? He said, I have them right here. I'm gonna speak from the heart.
That's it. I just wanted to hit.
In front of your parents, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Come
That's-
on, dude. Hey, we need to do better, man. Come on,
Come on.
man.
What's
Come
up? What's
on,
the name?
man. I just- Come on. Hey, another
Oh,
one.
man.
Another
In
one.
front of your
You
pastor.
have anything else to say?
No, I'm good. Let's move.
From the heart.
No,
Okay.
we're good. Let's move.
Fair
This
use.
guy.
All right, TikTok, tell me if I'm tripping or not. So me and my fiance, we are getting married, right? And to be a part of our wedding, you have to pay $450 for a ticket, and that's for each guest. So we invited friends and family to our wedding. Tell me why everybody that we invited has declined the invitation. We already have spent 100, maybe
Come on, man.
almost close to $200,000 on the wedding. We have already pre-ordered the cake. We already put down the deposit for the venue. We've already got the wedding dress, everything. We pay for everything for the wedding, DJ, photographer, everything for the wedding. And what I don't understand is that y'all spend 400 more money on stupid stuff, but you can't come out to support your family and your friends at a wedding. Like, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell it, like, is we wrong? We like, let me know. Let me know. Because y'all pay for tickets, Beyonce tickets, $1,000 tickets. Y'all going to go meet Chris Brown for $1,000 something. But when it comes to your friends and your family, you can't pay the ticket. Like, these weddings ain't cheap. Like, the weddings ain't cheap. Like what's going on? Like, I don't get it. Like, let us know, are we wrong for charging for a wedding? Like, I really, really want to know. All right.
RJ, are they wrong for charging for a wedding?
So I saw this video and I went to look, and there are more people that charge for weddings. I believe it makes sense to charge for a wedding if you're gonna do it like a party. If you're gonna do it like a party, which a lot of weddings are nowadays, because it's not about the marriage anymore, it's about the wedding.
Yep.
And so when you have if you're gonna do it like a party and you're gonna have food and you're gonna have drinks and you're gonna have a DJ, then I don't see what's wrong with charging. Would I do it? Hell no. Come on, man. You pay for your wedding if you can afford it, and if you can't afford it, you do a smaller wedding. There's no way, there's no shame in that. But everything is commercialized, and so the guy doesn't see that, hey, I don't need to pay this much for a wedding. I want to pay this much for a wedding. Can I afford it? Yes. Then no. Then we can't do this wedding. No. He wants to force the wedding and then go charge each guest $450 and then ask. So have the cojones to go to record himself and post a video of him asking whether he's wrong for charging people $450 without the travel expenses, KaiR. Without travel expenses. Come on, man.
With no hotel, nothing.
With no hotel. Those people who are flying in, we need to pay their tickets. They were probably willing to pay the tickets. They were probably willing to pay the lodging. But now you're gonna charge them as well. And then compared to the Beyonce concert.
They can see you whenever they can.
Is Beyonce gonna be there? No. Come on, man.
People are weird, man.
The
So if you wanna do
consumerism
it,
mindset,
guys,
the consumerism mindset is killing everyone. And the sad thing is that it's so deeply rooted that people don't see that it's a choice. They think that it's a must, and they define their happiness based on something that's been planted into you, and you can't take it out of them. They need to take it out themselves.
It's program, man. It's just
program.
another program running through their brain.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say, man.
The thing is this, right? If you're gonna do this, I do totally agree with you. It's if you cannot afford it, don't make it big. Select a couple of people, do it with a smaller group, have a cozy wedding. People who you like, and what you can afford. At the end of the day, you cannot mandate a 450 charge, having people paying for that. And if you want to do it this way, this is why having a bit of a sense of doing business is important. Because now I'm gonna speak business sense in this guy. You don't build the product first and then see if it's market fit, my man. What I'm trying to say is, if you have a product, which is your wedding, and you want to charge for the wedding, first of all, what you should do is calculate everything and start selling tickets and see if anyone wants to buy tickets. You don't put 200,000 in a wedding, which is mind-boggling for me. But hey, there was this Indian billionaire who paid 150 million. But hey, he's a billionaire. That's a different
To
level.
him, he can afford it. He can afford it.
He can afford it. But okay, 200,000 people who's working regular jobs, that's like their whole life savings. So for a one day, not even you there's no return on investment. There's no return. You cannot recoup that. That's crazy. And I'm not saying you should invest in a wedding because it's a celebration. But if you're putting 200,000 and you don't make more than 60,000 a year, you're out of your mind. They should lock you up. They should lock you up.
Or you need to have a business. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
But whoever is marrying you is an idiot, and you are too. You could have spent 50,000 and take 150,000 and invest it in the stock market, and you both would have been millionaires in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But you want to create the party, charge people 450. I'm pretty sure they were hoping to make a profit. I'm pretty sure that's how they calculated it. Not even covering all the costs. They wanted to make profit on their friends.
Yeah.
And now it failed.
I think what they have to do, I think what they have to do, I said this, I have just one last remark. I said it before, but this is really, really my last remark, KaiR. Their business model is flawed. They should go to Ticketmaster, post the tickets there, do some marketing, and hope that random people come. Because maybe there are random people that will come to your wedding, because to them it would be a party. Then you would broadcast this as a party.
You have
good luck with that, but okay.
If you want to do it like a business, if you want to do a party 200,000, you have to move accordingly. You can't move as if you're spending 50K and then send people invites and tell them, hey guy, you have to pay 450 to get in. Hey man, that's why they told you to F yourself and find a loop and a wife to anyway. This is so stupid. Pay what you can afford. Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe people
Hey guys. Yeah, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions, whether you agree or disagree with the takes we have. This was probably one of the most emotional, more passionate shows, but yeah, these things are getting out of hand right now. Let us know your thoughts and opinion. We thank you for your support. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our socials, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's been a pleasure. Until next time. Peace.
And if you guys need a wedding crasher, send the invite. I'm not gonna pay $450 though. I'm a wedding crasher. I always end it for free. Nothing, nada, zero.
KaiR is the F-boy of wedding crashers. Entering for free. Let someone else pay.